Okay, I think we're live. It's a little bit later than I was hoping to get on today, but took a late lunch, so it happens. So for everyone, if anyone's here, hi, how you doing? Let's see. Okay, yeah, so we haven't completed any of those 4 characters yet. Let's go with Luigi. Just kind of see how this goes. I still need to change, because for some reason my control settings do not save whenever I close the game, so I need to go and fix this now. As you guys can see, I am playing on a completely legal, completely, unquestionable, perfect copy of the game. Don't worry about anything. This channel does not officially condone piracy. Okay. Much better. Let's get into it. So I'm assuming Luigi mostly just plays like Mario. I feel like it's probably a pretty safe assumption. Alright, I just double checking that my audio levels are right, but it seems like that might be the case. Weakest bomb in the game. Did not mean to get hurt there, but that's fine because we won. I forget how far exactly I need to go as Luigi to get the retro achievement. But it's fine. I'm not going to worry about it too much. See, at the end we're gonna... Oh. No, I do not want to lose a life on the Yoshi match. That would not be a good time for me. It would tell me I have no shape to be streaming today. So, Luigi's not a total clone. In many ways he is, but I like that he just kind of slaps people if you try to attack with him. He doesn't have just, well, he has the regular punch as like a smash attack, but that's it. He's also like blushing everywhere, it's crazy. See? That's what I mean. Also, I like how his fire is the green fire from Mario Bros. Rather than like regular fireball fire. Or fire flower fire. Whatever. Oh. That didn't go well for me. It's fine, because we have all the unlockable characters at this point. So we don't need to do anything too fancy to get all of our footage. I am not stepping any further forward while smart bomb's over there. Perfect, there we go, and that's why. That is exactly why. Alright. Break the targets. Actually, I have already completed Luigi's Break the Targets. I just kind of playing earlier. And that happened. Well, I say that happened like it was an accident or something. No, I was just playing through. I finished the Break Targets for all of the 8 base game characters, and I decided to just kind of go through it for a couple of the other characters. We're doing Ness after this, and I am actually terrified to play as Ness. So Luigi's second costume is the Fire Flower costume. Good to know. Oh wait, with the Fire Flower costume, does he have the regular color of fireballs? Did I see that right? Or was that a Mario fireball? I can't tell. They did change the color for that. That's awesome. That is great attention to detail. And there goes my friend. Okay, no, so he does still use the green fire. Okay. Well, that's still fine. Yep. Not my best move. I should not have tried to go up there. I have already lost 2 lives. Wonderful. Love that. You know, Luigi's overalls almost look purple in this game. Like, I know they're supposed to be blue, but they look purple. I haven't noticed that before. That's because Waluigi is here in spirit, even though at this point he didn't exist yet. Nice work, Pikachu. I'm not complaining about an easy match, though. Alright, so we got Pikachu and Kirby this time. Thank you, Kirby. Oh, seriously? Well, I did not go very far on that. I need to be more careful. I'm not going to worry too hard about getting the achievements in this during these streams because, you know, they're not actually part of the game. If I decide to go for them, I'll, like, actually try for them harder off stream on my own. R.I.P. Yoshi. Oh no, there we go. There we are. Why is that so hard to grab onto? Come on, come back up. Alright, in all my practices, I didn't manage to get that one. So sweet. I definitely want to go for that one last. Alright, so now there's just the one more. Seriously? Right there. Just went right over it. Okay then, that's fine. We don't need to worry about it. Oh, you literally just walked into me and pushed me off. Well, I guess that's pretty much what I just did there, so... Someone open up. I hate how you can activate items by accident by punching them, even when you're just trying to grab them. Alright. Last one. That's it? That's all it took? Alright. We need to work on remembering to spam our projectiles right at the start. Actually, Luigi's projectiles do move at a different... Like, they have different physics than Mario's do. See if we can go for a no damage Samus. We cannot. We literally took the same hit as with Samus's last hit. Gilly did pretty good still. I'll call that pretty good. This is one of those matches, I don't know if I'm ever going to do damageless. Like, I know it's a retro achievement, which I could, but I just probably like cheese it as Yoshi or something. Yeah, that kind of thing happens. Like, definitely the best regular fighter AI in the game with this guy. I don't even know if that's a move that Mario can actually do, or if that's just a Metal Mario thing. There we are, out of here. That's what we needed to do to get the achievement. My Beryllium brother. LPM, you actually made it. You have arrived at one of the streams. Welcome, nice to have you. This is not going to be the most interesting one, I am telling you now. Because, like, Luigi's going fine. I'm going to suck as Ness. I am just going to absolutely get destroyed by everyone. Because, I don't know, Ness just never made sense to me in any of his incarnations. Especially now that I played Earthbound, I want to play Ness. And I just can't seem to make it work. I just realized my mic is way over here. That's probably not very loud for you guys, is it? I think I've talked about it before, my biggest issue in these games is that I have extremely inconsistent, like, button timing for smash attacks. Sometimes I try to do a smash attack and I just wind up doing a dash attack instead because my timing was slightly off, which is frustrating to say the least. Now would be a great time for some of those healing items to come in, because I really don't want to restart this match. No, okay, restarting. Oh, Joseph, welcome. Game is not very deep whatsoever. I've been looking into it because I'm going to be making the video very soon. I am almost done with all of the stuff I want to get footage for. Sorry. Let's get some water really quickly. Okay. But yeah, on this game there is next to nothing. You know, we don't even have the concept of trophies yet. I should probably move my phone. So they're dolls. All descriptions I found for this game describe it as a dream match, which could say this all takes place in a dream, but it's probably more so a reference to the King of Fighters, which was like the main inspiration for the Smash Bros. Series. So I guess it's a good thing that I dipped in doing a Fatal Fury video already. That was not intentional, but... But pretty much that means just, like, these are people who would never in a million years have a reason to fight. And yet, they are here, able to fight, for some reason unknown to us. Isn't it? Yeah, not even any reason to fight, it's just like, they would never be around to fight each other. When it comes to King of Fighters dream matches, that often includes characters who are like from alternate universes or who have since passed away in the canon, except for some reason Jeff Bogard still hasn't shown up in any of them, which feels like a very not doing great so far. But really feels like a character they should have put into a dream match game at this point, looking at how important he is to the lore. He is never once, even in the games, like the Art of Fighting games, where he's still alive for them, he has never been a playable character. It's just like, come on, I want to see what this guy does. Like, sure. He probably is just, you know, his moves look a lot like Terry's. I'm sure that's the case. Somewhere between Terry and Tung Fu Ryu. Still, just show it to me. Maybe give him a couple of Giza's moves. That would be really cool. I did not think I'd be close enough to get hit by that. Oh, I am sucking this time. I think Yoshi and Kirby would try to eat each other. And then both have that happen. Sorry, they both try to eat each other, be unable to, and have a healthy amount of respect for one another afterwards. Like, it's the joke about superhero movies where, like, they punch for a bit and then they're friends. Yeah, that would be Kirby and Yoshi. They would just instantly realize, I am on this person's exact same wavelength. We shall consume everything together. I need to stop using that up smash. It's not doing very well for me. I'll admit, King of Fighters probably did not create the Dream Match terminology. I don't know where that comes from. Maybe I'll see if I can find it. MCH might know. He knows a lot more about fighting games than I do. But I'm sure it was in reference to that, at least. That Maxim Tomato was very much needed. Thank you, O Sakurai. So probably all this is just the extra-dimensional Master Hand entity, who probably is just Sakurai. Let's be honest. Just decided that it wanted all of its favorite video game characters to fight, I guess. And that's the extent of the lore. And then I can talk about, like, oh, you know, based on having the grappling hook and stuff, the grapple beam. Samus is from Super Metroid. Why am I doing this? Why am I struggling so much? Yeah, I don't know a lot about fighting games either. Honestly, that's... I mean, first of all, in case you guys can't tell, I absolutely suck at them. Although in previous streams I've actually been doing better than this. So this is an exceptional amount of bad. But, no, I can't do fighting games. I've tried. I'm glad that I have people around me who know more than I do about Street Fighter and Tekken and King of Fighters, so when I get to all of those games, I can rely on them pretty heavily. Come on. The other thing to remember about Smash Bros. Is that, canonically, in the universe, it is a video game. And it references the fact that it is a video game. So that's another layer that we have to take into account. And like that's mentioned in a couple places, but the place I like to go the most for that is Fire Emblem Fates. When you do the fight against Lucina. Well, specifically the amiibo Lucina. And Odin's just able to look at her and be like, that's not Lucina. What the hell's going on here? Might not just be Odin. But it makes sense if he'd be able to know, first of all, because he's a dark magic user, and second of all, because he's her cousin. I think Inigo might also make a comment about it after he tries to hit on her, because that's what Inigo does. Okay, did we finally do it? We finally did it. Okay. Yeah, no, that death, that hurt me too. Well, it's not that, like, Smash exists as a video game in Fire Emblem. Pretty much what they're saying is that, like, the Lucina that exists in Fire Emblem Fates is not the real Lucina. It is instead an alternate Lucina that is the amiibo itself. So I guess that doesn't actually call it a video game necessarily, but it shows that, like, yeah, the Lucina that we have in Smash Bros. Is not the same Lucina that we play as in the Fire Emblem games. And then, Fire Emblem Heroes Choose Your Legends events also relies on Fire Emblem being a video game. Obviously, Cranky Kong is very aware that he is within a video game. So we have that much to consider as well. But then, and then also Pokemon has the Game Freak rooms pretty consistently that are like, yeah, this is the dev team who created the world of Pokemon. These are your true gods. Screw Arceus. Why am I struggling? It does not have to be this hard. And we still have an entire Ness to go through after this. Aren't you excited? Don't worry, when I stream again on Friday, I'm going to be able to play as Falcon, which will be so much better. It's like, yeah, I'll be kind of middling as Jigglypuff. But Captain Falcon is legitimately, like, my series main. Out of the original 12, out of the Perfect Attendance crew, he is the one for me. Even just, like, messing around with him since I unlocked him in the last stream. Yeah, that can carry through here. I'll be just fine as him. And then Animal Crossing is also the weird one because it has the NES games. Which also implies the existence of an in-universe Nintendo. Although, yeah, there is also an in-universe Nintendo in Mario, but I'm pretty sure the in-universe Nintendo is like Mario's propaganda company. Since we know canonically, Mario makes video games, and he makes video games alongside Mr. Game & Watch, as per the Game & Watch collection. No, Game & Watch Gallery games, sorry. Gallery 4 very specifically, I believe. Whatever, it's fine. All it takes is one more hit, and he's gone. I have the life for it. Ugh, Luigi did not have to be that hard. Why was Luigi that hard? Yeah, Falcon's great. I also like playing Ganondorf, but I recognize Ganondorf kinda sucks. I just like playing as him. I like the sheer insanity of... Oh, that's funny. I like that. I just like the sheer insanity of the King of Evil. This, like, powerful mage king. Just punching people. That's what they decided to do with him. He just punches people. There's something wrong with that. Alright, Luigi done. It's Ness time. But I have fun with Ganondorf still. Just ignoring his super weird voice lines. It's weird the PK fire symbol is a thunderbolt. But anyways, as you can see, he's using holy water because Ness is actually a member of the Belmont family. Well, that's not a great start, is it? Whatever, it's fine. I have a sword now. I have the power of poo on my side. I will say, LP Master, I am excited to watch you work your way through this game too, because I know that's coming up pretty soon for you. Because what? Eventually, one of these days, you're gonna get to Mario Party. I forget what other games you have between now. Because I feel like there was something else that you forgot before you get into Mario Party. But I don't remember what it was. Even though you've already called it out in like 3 of your finales. I wonder all this, like I don't have your list just up on my computer. Well, not actually up, like I can't look at it right this second, but like I have it on there. I could look at it if I really wanted to. But I won't, because I will leave anybody else who wants to guess guessing. Okay. Oh no, he's still alive. I thought he was gone. There we are. Okay. Well, it's a perfect start in that it reflects exactly how the rest of this run is going to go. Because Ness is... he is very interesting. I have friends who are good as him. But it's just like PK Thunder. I can't figure out how to make that do what I want. Okay. How do I make Ness's home run bat more powerful? With yet another bat. That is the true power. That is evolved Ness. Okay. Stop. Alright, there we go. That's how we do it. Oh. That worked. Okay, maybe that's not what I'm supposed to do. I will come back to that a little later. Ah, so close that time. Trying. Okay. Got that. You know what? I should just stay up here and use PK Thunder to do my bidding. Cool. Yeah, there it goes. And then I can just punch that guy on my way down, call it a day. It is by no means the most efficient way of doing it, but you know what? It's done. So that's good enough for me. Okay, 3 games. That's pretty good. You're really close. I know you've been working towards this game for longer than I have, so that's got to be really exciting. I'm actually feeling a lot of pressure with, like, writing out the first Smash Bros. Video. Partially because there's all this build-up to it, because, you know, literally the entire channel to this point has been that build-up. But then also because, you know, this game doesn't really give you a lot to work with. Like, Melee, okay, I can build something from that. Subspace Emissary, wonderful. I can build so much off of that. Like, take the trailers from the newer games. Like, even just the character introductory trailers. I can make a bunch of theories on those. It would be fantastic. I have it. It's a good time. This game has so little. Although, going through the first Smash Bros. Game does mean that I get to, get into Fire Emblem, which I have been looking forward to for quite some time. Because I love Fire Emblem. I've been meaning to get back into that series for a while. I even used to make Fire Emblem videos as like my main source of content years ago. But that was another life, another channel. Okay, I'm glad that he died then, because I was just about to die too. I don't know, maybe I could get Joel to do something with me. I'm sure he would. Especially because, I mean, I don't know if anybody here watches Phaeology of this at all, but I know he's been trying to get into more general Fire Emblem content, so I would be happy to help him with that. But it is also a very slow rollout. Get him, Luigi. Just don't let him... There we go. And we won it. There are a couple of items that are really just insta-wins in this game, aren't they? Okay, well, I guess the hammer's a bad example, because it is kind of always an insta-win. Okay, so what do I need to do? Is do that while I'm still in the air without knocking me. Okay, that works. I'm happy with that. Oh, okay, well, at least that didn't kill me. Went a little too far there. Looks like the power of that was not enough to overcome. Oh, there we are. We got it like the 5th time. Damn it. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I was close. I was a lot closer than I expected I'd be, at least. Yeah, I don't know if the fan came back after Melee. I actually don't. Yeah, that's true. Smash 64 is not the most important game. It is a very, it's the start of this series, but yeah, it's not the biggest one. Yeah, Ocarina of Time and Earthbound, yeah, and also Pokemon Kanto. I also felt a lot of pressure for those because those really are seminal gaming moments. The first and most heavily nostalgic Pokemon game. Or, I guess, not the first necessarily, because I mostly talked about Fire Red Leaf Green, and you mostly, your main focus was Yellow. But they both kind of fit within that same regard. And then Ocarina of Time, considered to be one of the best games of all time. And Earthbound, which is a huge cult classic. Why did I do that? Like, not just a cult classic, but also considered one of the greatest RPGs of all time. Like, that's going to be in the same boat for me. I know you're not covering it as Final Fantasy VII is going to be at some point. Assuming I make it that far. Because that would require, with my current list, making it through all... Not only getting to Smash 64, but also getting all the way through Melee and all of the Final Fantasy games up till 7. Which is a long way down the road. Because if things go according to plan, I'm not even getting to Melee until mid-next year. Because, there wasn't nearly as much time between Smash 64 and Melee as I tried, as between other games in the series. Because it was, what, 2 years, I think? 99 to 2001? That works. Yeah, no, Mario has been a pain. I'm thankfully fairly ahead of my timeline right now. I think that the first Mario and Luigi game is the next game that I have not placed yet. So while I'm sure I'm going to mess around with my timeline quite a bit between now and then, I at least have initial placements for every game up till that point. And that'll get me, pretty sure, through Melee at least. There we go. Item used. I don't even think I threw that. I think Samus threw that and walked on there herself. Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. 64 was literally January of 99, so you pretty much do need to add an extra year in there. I didn't think about that. But yeah, still a very tight turnaround, especially considering that when they announced the game, they hadn't even asked Sakurai to do it. Oh no! Yes, that's what I need. Well, I guess this is an instance where the hammer is not quite an insta-win, but it still worked out in the end. Yeah, that is true. I am legitimately doing better at Ness than I was at Luigi. But we also haven't gotten to the fighting polygon team yet, and I know that's where I really struggle as Luigi. So I have a feeling we're not going to make it through the fighting polygons on the first try, given that we're already down to only one life. But if we could just do it on the second try, I'd be happy. Though obviously I will legitimately try to get it through without any deaths. The polygons are also something I need to figure out what I'm saying about them in the video. Like, I figure that they are legitimately just meant to be like video game constructs. And especially with the background they have here, it really makes you think of the computer virus from Great Cave Offensive. I'm never going to get good at that, am I? So I figure that's probably intentional. And I'll see if I can make some kind of connection to that makes sense, I think. Also, it's funny that Ness's intro thing shows him failing his teleport. You know, I was close that time. I was close. But it shows him failing his teleport, even though he used his teleport to get here, so he shouldn't have failed it. But, you know, that's what happens when you have imperfect clones created by non-omniscient gods who don't quite know everything. But do you know that DDD isn't a bad guy? Because, in a way, the hands are DDD, in that they are all Sakurai. That is not my Meowth, is it? That was very loud, though. And I absolutely needed that maximum tomato right at that moment, so thank you, game. Seriously? I just threw the crate. The song does slap, I'll agree with that. Oh yeah, the development timeline for Melee is crazy. You can look in there and there's like so much they cut out of the game. Like a number of fighters they wanted to put in, they didn't have time to, a bunch of stages. I think Sakurai's done multiple interviews and like probably Famitsu articles is my guess on what he wanted to include in Melee. Like, I think he wanted to include Banjo and Kazooie in Melee. Because at that point it was an option. And not only that, it was an option that would have made complete sense. Because they pretty much were Nintendo characters at that point. They just didn't get around to it. Because they had no time. And it's amazing they turned out the masterpiece they did. But yeah, like, literally, I think Sakurai learned about the existence of Melee from E3. And then it was probably Iwata, even though he wasn't the CEO yet, who asked him to direct another Smash Brothers after he saw that presentation. And he's just like, okay, I guess. I don't feel like I have much choice. It's not like Sakurai would have wanted the game, you know, to be made without him. I guess at that point, yeah, that era was his last Kirby game as well, because that was Air Ride, also on the GameCube. I need to play more of his non-Smash, non-Kirby games. Like, I've never played Kid Icarus. There are a bunch of HAL games that I've never played. What did I do? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Okay, that works. Whatever gets me through. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm also going to say Brawl, I think. You know, we had Melee growing up, but it was really Brawl that was, like, the childhood Smash that I remember playing, sinking so much time into. You know, I'm sure I can blame the Subspace Emissary for a lot of the way that I treated video games today. I have a feeling that the same is probably true of you. Where that just, like, opened my mind to the possibilities of what can be done. Nope. Well, I got the right angle that time. I just didn't get it fast enough. I need to start doing that, like, as soon as I get control back at the arc of the jump. I also think that I need to remember that Ness's double jump is actually really good. Like, super floaty, but it gets you some height. And while it's not quite as much control as, say, Kirby, it is probably the best normal jump in the game. Did you just steal my PK Thunder? I did not intend that joke, but... yeah, that worked. That was funny. I know it still hurt him, so it's not like it didn't do anything. It was just, you know, my one chance to save myself. Okay. Literally one left. There we are. Master Hand is down. Whew. Okay. I don't know how long that's taken. Alright, it's good to be through that. You know, I was not aware of the Brawl Dojo back at the time. It was like at a point where I wasn't super on the internet. So I just kind of was vaguely aware of games when I saw them on store shelves, pretty much. I guess one more thing that I can show while we're here is in between streams, I did take the time to unlock Mushroom Kingdom. We may as well get a little bit of footage of that. So, come on, check it out. Just one stock. Okay, that's it. You are not doing this to me, Yoshi. There we are. Oh, it's not one stock. This is the actual... I mixed myself up with the other Captain Falcon, who's a completely different color than I am. But I think I'm doing alright. Even if my doing alright is just well-timed Falcon punches mostly. But I also have one more move in my arsenal. Falcon Kick. You know, I actually have a pretty decent affinity for fire-themed Smash fighters because I have I main both Falcon and also Roy, so maybe I should give Incineroar a try. I guess I did play Charizard some when I was doing, and when I played 4, but I never owned 4, so that was always, like, at a friend's house. Oh no! That's not the Captain Falcon I wanted to have the hammer. Yep. Start out. That one's on me. That one is completely on me. It would be nice if those bubbles didn't get in the way of me seeing where my character is exactly. Okay, there we are. Was it me or the other guy? It was me. Okay, but the other guy came in 4th place. Damn, okay, I thought he was doing better than that. So I came in first place because I had a net 0 of points. Wonderful. Okay, that was fun. There's that. So I guess that means we only really have one stream left. I guess I haven't really done training mode at all. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's just gonna be him standing there. I was so used to playing Ness at this point that I just assumed that I was playing Ness. Okay, but this is interesting. It doesn't have the regular background. This is very clearly also a computer simulation. Porygon showing up, not intended. I figure it would be interesting if Porygon was the only one to show up, but I have a feeling that's not going to be the case. Let's just kind of stand here, see what happens. Oh, it is Porygon again. Interesting. So legitimately is Porygon the, like, computer-generated polygon Pokemon the only Pokemon that shows up here in the training mode? I wouldn't have known that if... Okay, no, it's not. I just got Polygon twice. Okay. Just pure blind luck led to me thinking I came across something cool. But alas. Alright. Oh no, this one isn't the last stream. There is one more stream after this, because I still have to do the classic mode for Captain Falcon and Jigglypuff. That will probably be on Friday. Okay, there was one before Porygon. Alright, I just missed that. Oh well. It was a fun try. And with that, I think I'm just going to let you guys go. You know, I have had my lunch break, and I should log back in. But thanks for watching. LP Master, it's nice to finally see you at one of these. And I didn't even mention, like, the fighting alloys and the rest when I was talking about the polygons earlier. So there's still a fair amount I can talk about for this game, actually. Whatever, I'm working on it. I'm figuring it out. Talk to y'all later. See you soon. Thank you.